action inside the cage is Mr. Vern Gorman. First, in the blue corner from Belgrade, Serbia, fighting out of Ultra Fighting Club, trained by Slobodan Radovic in a boxing and judo system. He's 6'2", weighed in at 250 pounds. He has 15 wins, 7 losses, and 1 draw. Miodrag Petkovic. And his opponent from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, training out of Miodrag in a mixed system. He's 6'4", weighed in at 263 pounds. He has an unblemished record of 5 wins, no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim, the Thrashing Machine, Hague.
Let's now take a look at the tail of the tape. Miodrag Petkovic is 38'6", 250 pounds, a record of 15-7-1. Tim the Thrashing Machine Hague is 24'6'4", 263 pounds, unbeaten at 5-0. Referee for this heavyweight contest is Vern Gorman, going over last-minute instructions.
And you look at those two guys right there, man. Moral, that's why I'm patting myself on the back for choosing to take myself out of the competitive arena and take this comfortable seat beside you at cage side. You know, whatever I've said about Petkovic, that would still be a long night fighting him, and the same goes for Hague.
They touch gloves, and this heavyweight battle is underway. Again, Tim Hague unbeaten with 5 straight victories, coming off a win over Adriano Bernardo at King of the Cage Brawl at the Mall in August of 2007. Petkovic coming off a victory as well over Marko Igric on an event in March of last year in Croatia, and as we already alluded to, has competed with Bodog Fight, losing to Kellen Flukiger. He's also been in there with the likes of Mark Birch, Rodney Faveras, and Travis Fulton, but then again, who hasn't Travis Fulton fought? I think he's had more fights than anybody. A little tentative start to this opening 5 minutes. Low cut kick delivered by Petkovic. Hague just stalking him right now.
Now this is turning into a better fight because Hague is aggressive and Petkovic is a counter fighter. The Flukiger fight fell apart because neither guy wanted to engage. Hague's being more aggressive and Petkovic is countering well. Hague actually looking more tentative than I expected him to look at this point.
Well, and especially after he told us he wanted to push the pace and stay focused on his strategy, but a very tentative start here, and Petkovic now unloading those kicks. There's an overhand right by Hague. Hague is caught with a left hook. Inside cut kick by Petkovic. And it looks like Hague may have hurt his left leg here, Paul.
It looks like it. I'm seeing a different Miodrag Petkovic in here. He's about 14 pounds heavier than in Bodog and definitely engaging on the feet, showing a technical superiority on the feet. Now we're going to see who's got the greater raw strength as the two giants clinch up.
And a very smart move by Hague. If he is indeed injured in that lead leg of his, we saw him wince after Petkovic did a good job of attacking the leg, and now maybe just trying to earn a bit of a respite here, pinning Petkovic up against the fence.
Yeah, Hague going for that takedown, but with Petkovic's grappling background, it's going to be a tall order to get it, especially if one of his legs is hurt and he can't drive off of it properly.
He's putting weight on that leg, so maybe it's not as bad as we first thought, but really just a stalemate here against the cage, and the referee, Vern Gorman, may think about separating the no. Hague using that power almost into the fireman's carry pickup.
That's shades of a Bruce Baumgartner takedown. You barely got your fingertips around the back of the guy's knees, and you go for it anyway, lift him up with raw strength. You almost got it too, but like I said, Miodrag is a master grappler. He'd be wise to tricks like that.
Petkovic, a judo black belt, 2005 Abu Dhabi European champion, a 2007 Hungarian Grappling Open champion, and has earned many BJJ titles. And right now just working on the left arm of Tim Hague, just wrenching away at it. This is a very interesting position here, Paul, and I really don't know where the advantage lies. Hague has just been there, now motioning to the referee and saying, hey, there's not much going on here. So the referee wisely breaks them apart, and we will restart in the center of the cage.
Hague now retaliating with those low kicks, and I would expect that he would. I mean, he doesn't want to be taking too many more. You can see some welting on the outside of his left shin already.
And again, And it really does look like there is a problem with that left leg. Petkovic senses it, going to work on it, now even going upstairs. But Petkovic senses that Hague is hurt and begins to really focus on the lead leg of Tim Hague.
Petkovic fighting.
Why let up, though? Why let up? If you know he's hurt, go after him.
Well, that's exactly why he was being so tentative, I think, more because Hague finally managed to time one of those low kicks, and now he's underneath a very big, very sore, and very angry 265-pound thrashing machine.
And now he just grinds away at the throat with that elbow, high, wide base. 1 minute left in the opening round. Around that, Miodrag Petkovic has scored with the kicks, while Tim Hague now has him on the ground, and let's see what Tim Hague is able to do from this position. He would be wise to try to pass the guard, and he's got to be careful. We talked about the pedigree of BJJ that Petkovic has. He may go for an armbar or triangle on here, although up against the cage, that could be difficult.
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't have the room to move. I mean, this is where even a great submission grappler gets stymied in mixed martial arts because they're wedged up against that cage and they can't move their hips. But at the same time, Hague needs to capitalize. He's got Petkovic pinned. He needs to do some damage to make up for the damage that he's incurred on his left leg.
Hague has only been competing for 2 years, so relatively still in his embryonic stages of his career, but already attracting attention because of the fact he's 6'4", 263 pounds into the final 10 seconds of the opening round, and Hague wants to close it with a flurry. And instead just delivers a couple of peppering shots to the body, but an interesting opening round, Paul Lazenby, one where Miodrag Petkovic may have done enough to take it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, so far he's making me eat my words. This Miodrag Petkovic showed up to fight. You know, he's looking a lot more aggressive than I remember. He's responsible for one of the worst fights in Miodrag fight history, but so far looking like he wants to vindicate himself here in hardcore championship fighting. And Tim Hague at this point, you know, his last 5 fights, to my knowledge, most of them have been stoppages. Now he's putting the meat grinder for the first time in his career. We're going to see what kind of mental tenacity he's got.
Petkovic told us that his personal hero is Superman. What is it going to take for Tim Hague to be his kryptonite tonight?
Oh, I think Tim Hague is going to have to get in there early, get the takedown as quickly as possible. The stand-up game's obviously not going his way, as you can see right here. Hague suffering from those heavy kicks. Anytime you get a heavyweight fight, every single strike means something, and Petkovic made them count. That's what Hague needs to do right there. Get the takedown off the kick, get on the ground, and get to work with that ground and pound.
This show is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, and The Score, home for the hardcore.